Hi ladies, so it's Saturday night, I'm in my room and I'm playing with my hair topper and my hair, and I have created a new different way to wear your hair topper. Now this is great if you want really like the messy look, you don't like the very flat look, you don't like a very defined part line, and you really like this kind of messy look. Now little disclaimer, this isn't going to work for everybody. If your hair loss has further advanced or you feel it's mainly at the front, you will probably struggle to wear it in this particular way. So stick to the way that you know and love, with the nice, clear, defined part line where you clip it on and you work your application how I've explained many times in all my different videos. However, if you want a really zhuzhy look and you like this whole sort of like, you know, no part line messy look, and your hair loss has not progressed and it's still very early stages and you feel you've got a lot of bio hair at the front, then keep watching. The first thing you need to do is get rid of the part line that's already in your topper. And when I do part them, I really do go to town. So what I did with my own topper today is I went into the sink, I ran the warm water, and I just wet where the part line was. The part line was sort of here, it's very defined. And as I was wetting it, I was combing it back. I was actually using the comb, not the brush. And you really just kept brushing it. So it was actually quite wet when I finished with it. And then I just made sure I brushed it back. So that's the extra front hairline. There it is going back and over. And all I did was brush it back. I might actually add a few more layers into this to really emphasize this look if I decide this is how I like to wear it. Then what you need to do is really bring forward as much as you possibly can borrow of your bio hair. So me personally, I do have some extensions in as well. I sometimes tape a few in for, you know, so I don't go zero to hero when I'm at home, like so. Then I'm just going to sort of have that at the front and leave it out of the way. Now, there's no part line on my topper, so I'm going to position it so it's in the middle. That way it'll be the most comfortable and it will be the most even. So I'm going to lead in as if it's right in the middle, like so. Hairline of the topper is going back and over, and then I'm just going to clip it like I would normally clip it. And that's obviously what it looks like. This is where I mean you need a lot of bio hair. If you don't have a lot of bio hair and you want this look, what you could actually do at this point is sort of take your front hair and like that and clip it back, and that would create quite a nice updo. But for this particular look, I really just want to zhuzh my hair back and over, but at the same time, I'm moving around the hair on the topper so it has no part. Where the 4x4 of the topper is free part, you can actually pick up the hair of the topper, all of this is the topper, and just move it around. Now, at this point, it's up to you. You just play with it, okay? So you can zhuzh it whichever way you like. You can maybe grab your hair tong or your Dyson Airwrap and maybe just grab bits and just curl bits around, but you really want the top to do very little. And then you can decide how much you'd like to swish over, whether you just sort of like want to spend the day zhuzhing it or whether you just want to leave it like so. Me personally, I'm a zhuzher. I do this all day long anyway with my hair. I can't help it. It's habitual. I quite like it to be, you know, I don't mind doing it throughout the day. How well this style wears, I don't know. I will let you know, because I've only literally just discovered it, so I haven't worn it out, so I can't comment on, you know, what this is going to be like if the weather's really bad or whatever. But I think it's going to be absolutely fine. I like the fact that I don't have the part line always visible. It feels less flat, and I'm loving it for now. What do we think? Where there's no clear defined part line, I don't know if that's going to bother some people, but I actually just think it just looks like your roots are just dark and nothing shows. This is mine, this is the topper, and this is the face frame of the topper. Obviously I've changed the placement where I've done this look. I would probably just layer it. I would actually probably layer it quite high up, just to really emphasize the pieces that fold over looking shorter. Let me just have a little look around. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. Let's give it a go. At the end of the day, the top is so super versatile. You can afford to, you know, play around with it. If you don't like it, repart it, wear it the old way. All you need is to wet it, part it, and then dry it back into position. But I think, you know, for the gym or for messy hair days, probably, you know, windy days, you probably feel quite nice just to sort of do that and be like, you know, zhuzhy. I'm really impatient. Once I get a thought into my head, just have to kind of do it there and then. So I just layered it really heavily from the top, mixes with bio hair, down to the bottom. I've got a couple of extensions in underneath for thickness at the ends. So this way I've got like root boost, and I just feel like it works really well with like the tossed over effortless look. It also feels lighter because obviously all that hair I got rid of. So let me show you the back actually, because it's the back that looks really good. Hold on a minute. Look at all my loungewear. So that's the back, and I love it where it starts from like the very top and together with the dimension of the colours that show you from the side. You always have to, like when you execute a new hairstyle, kind of have to look at it from all angles. And of course the colour work works really well together. So yeah. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's a new look. I'll get bored eventually, like I do with most hair related stuff, but then I'm sure I'll find something else. So yeah, what do we think? Do we prefer it like this? Does this look too bird's nesty crazy? Does it look more natural? Do we like the layers? I'd love your opinions. Obviously, ultimately it's what you like, but yeah, it's always nice to ask people. I've got the approval of both my 11-year-old daughter and my husband, although I think my husband would just be like, yeah, it's really nice, yeah, to anything I do. But my daughter, she'll be brutally honest, and that's what we want. Yeah, something new. All right, take care. So I did heavily layer it, but as promised, I wanted to wear it in and let you know what I think. It's very comfortable to wear. I'm really enjoying the volume from the root, and where I have heavily layered it, it does actually feel lighter and less hair. I don't know how long before I get bored, but for now it's just a great new way to wear your topper. Topper wearing is really versatile. I like wearing it with a clear defined part, nice, sleek and straight, but because I do have such a slim face, it does also suit me to get the big volume. It's not going to be for everybody. I think it looks natural, it looks messy. Like I said, if someone really analyzes, they might be like, where's your cut line? But I can't really say I care too much. I don't really have people, you know, staring at the top of my head all day long. And if they did, do you know what? That's their problem, not mine. So that's from the back, heavily layered. It feels nice, it feels messy, it feels effortless. And like I said, for now, I'm enjoying it. What do we think?